But you can see here we've got our sections out nice and clipped there in little bumps. And then this side is dry in ponytails. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. If you are new, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below what you think about this video. Today's video is comparing a ponytail haircut to a professional haircut. Now what I've done is I've sectioned off mannequin hair down the middle. One side is ponytails, one side is sectioned, wet, and I'm going to be taking it section by section and cutting it to show you the difference between a pro haircut and a haircut that people tend to do at home, because we can see a vast difference when it comes to the quality that you'll achieve, obviously, in a hairdresser or a salon, hairdressers, by a professional, than just getting a ponytail and chopping it off. But the videos have been so popular that I've used them as training techniques to show people and young hairdressers, and there's been a lot of you in the comments that have said thank you so much for showing us these ways of using ponytails to help us visually understand where hair is moving to and from to create these looks. So if it is helping you, let me know in the comments, because I love to see that I'm helping you with your learning and your hairdressing education. So I just want to show you the comparison for how you can cut it, how it is very, very similar when looking at points of reference rather than looking at it as a ponytail haircut. So today's video is all about showing you that the videos that I've done in the past with the ponytails are there to as an aid to help you when it comes to learning where hair should travel to and from. I just thought it'd be a great way just to explore it a little bit more, help you understand that ponytail haircuts are there for a reason, to help hairdressers, young hairdressers understand from an early age basically where hair needs to go to create these looks, rather than working out themselves, like going through all these sections and realizing that they didn't actually take the hair where it needed to go to. These ponytails are so beneficial for that, for younger hairdressers to understand what they need to do to achieve this look. So I'm really looking forward to bringing this video. Let's get into the video. So before we get into the haircut, I just want to do a little shout out to all you viewers that are coming to the salon to let me cut your beautiful hair. I just had a lady called Sarah. She travelled from Stoke, so a little shout out. I also had a client come from Sheffield, and I'm also, I'll put a link in the description, sorry. I'll put it in the link in the description below, a little education sort of website that I'm doing. So I've had interest from people in Sweden, Scotland, UK, America, to name a few, just that want me to educate them either over like this, like one-to-one over like, what is it, Zoom, or what we use, StreamYard, that sort of thing. But also people coming over to me to learn hairdressing. So if this is you and you want to come to me, or you want to do like a one-to-one, I'll put the link in the description down below, and what you can do is you can sort of set up it's a 30-minute discovery call, and then we get to chat it out and see what you want to gain from it, and then what we can do, if we can do it online or if we can do it face-to-face, because face-to-face would be amazing. But yeah, I just want to drop that in there because it's something that I'm going to be launching. Well, it's already launched, it's already happening. So if you want to check it out, it's down below. And also, before I forget, I need to talk about this because I've got a little join button now down here. And what that is, it's if you click it, support the channel, it's $4.99 a month. But what it is you get extra videos, you get behind the scenes, there's a competition every month. So if you join it, there's like a little tab that I can use, which is like members only. And I can like converse with you, we can put in videos, pictures, all of that, and we can have a little chat. And we'll do competitions every month. So there's giveaways to win like electricals, products, education, and all that sort of thing. So if that's something that you really want to sort of have a look at, click the link down below. It's like join, just next to the subscribe button, I think. Click that as well. And then you can join, and then when you become a member, you'll be getting loads of behind the scenes stuff, but also with your chance to win like loads of stuff. So yeah, that's what I wanted to give back to you guys for supporting me. The prizes will be worth a lot more than $4.99, but it's just something I wanted to do. I want to be able to have this, whoever wants to join it and get involved, it's unlimited, but yeah, just get involved, and we can go deeper into the world of hair education, and you can win stuff. So let's get into the video. Yeah, so just talking about that join button, now we're here. So you can see my beautiful model. I'm using a light hair model, black t-shirt, black shirt, so you can see. But you can see here we've got our sections out nice and clipped there in little bumps. And then this side is dry in ponytails. Right guys, so we're going to be cutting a shag haircut today, and I'm going to be comparing obviously the ponytail side and the pro side. So what I want to do, the shag is just, there's like a lot of movement in there, and where I want to start is I want to start at this front section. So I want to look at where I want to take sort of my first section. And with the shag, I want it quite heavy, so I'm going to take it to the bridge of the nose, shall we say? Yeah, let's say that. So my finger resting on the bridge of the nose, there, and then I'm going to take this section through here, and that's going to be my guide for the haircut. There's my guide, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut back in a 45-degree angle to create loads of sort of soft layers on that top. And there it is, there's the start of the shag. So again, taking that section back there, using this as our guide, and we're going to be pushing up to that middle section. So we're just hovering over the top of that. So we're bringing it all together, just so I can sort of mimic the ponytail. We're going to bring it all to the same point. Let's cut this in here. And again, next section. Pushing up. There's my angle. Through there. Let's push that up into there. Look for our guide. And again, we're pushing it all to the same point because I want to replicate as if it was a ponytail. But with the cleanness of these sections, you're just going to get a much more tailored haircut. And I know most of you know this, but we're looking at points of reference. So this is all coming up to here. So this is a stationary guide brought up to that parting. Cut across like that, and then what we'll see that beautiful shape around the face through there. Gives it that real sort of shaggy texture. Next section is this here. Then what we're going to use our last section here on the top of this section we did at the front, and what I'm going to do is again stationary guide, I'm just going to bring all of that up to that point there. So you can see my guide is at my fingers there, and this is a progressive layer, so from short to long, even though it's very slight, through there. And again, our next section down, and we're going to be pushing this up to that section again, so I can replicate it as if it was a ponytail. But we're going to push that up to there. See my guide at my fingers there. Hello, Mr. Fly. So that section down there, let's bring it up. Last section, pushing this up to that there. You can see that nice strong guide in there now. Through there. So then we know we're going to have some connection through there. Shaggy texture we've got building up in there. Last section, we're going to get our guide from where we've just cut. We're then going to work our vertical sections. We're going to bring this up again. And we can through there. There's the guide. Cut down there. And then again, we're going to push it all to that section. If bits drop out, just get them back in. Come up to that top, just a little bit there. And this section wasn't that big. Push it up into that section. See my guide. If there's any bits dropped out again, if they reach, if they don't worry about them. So there we go. There is a shag haircut. Got all that texture all in there, that face frame, keeping that length as well, but we've got all that texture in there. Now we're going to move on to the ponytail side. And with the ponytails, we want to replicate what we did here. So we brought it all up to this middle parting. So this is how we cut it. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a bit of this as my guide. But you can see so what we want to do, get this bit of the guide from the what we just cut. I'm just going to push that into the ponytail so you can see that it's just sitting at my thumb. And then the ponytail is pushed over the centre parting as we did on the other side at 45 degree. Let's get the guide there, pull it out as my fingers are. There we go. So that's that section done. The next section. So this was brought up to sort of meet this section through here, but because it's a ponytail, I'm just going to move this ponytail up. And then I'm going to pull out that top piece of that ponytail. I'm going to use that. And remember, it was a progressive layer, so it went from shorter to longer. So I'm going to angle my fingers like that. To that guide. Then we'll drop that down. Then with this one, we then brought it up again to this point. So I'll take a bit of this ponytail out. And then what I want to do is want to move this ponytail right up to the top. Just get a loose pony in there. Right, that guide from that second section, and again progressive. There's the guide at my thumb, so I'm going to cut down to there, and there we go. So we've used guides, we've used ponytails, and now we're going to pull it out. I'm just going to dry this side off, and we'll have a look at the finished result. But I will show you how this side looks now. So you can see, got the shortness there, around the face. Adding that little bit of face frame. We've got all this sort of short, shaggy layers that are in there. So it gives you all that shag look. I mean, look at it. You've got a shag just there. And then here, we've also got a shag. But technically, this one is how we would cut it in the salon. So salon side, this is to help you understand where hair needs to travel to create this look, to give it, if we were to, how we did, we over directed and elevated to the top, pulled out to the front, and it gives us this shortness in here and follows around here. Builds in this sort of soft textured layer, shaggy layer through the top there. Because of how we elevated, that hair's traveling not as far from the cut, so it's obviously going to be shorter. This perimeter hair is traveling higher, so that is going to be longer. Exactly the same here. So this is the way that you would do in the salon. This is the way that you would do if you were looking at experimenting to create new haircuts, you wanted to look at something really quickly, or if you've got assistants in the salon that don't really understand like over direction and elevation, if we was to take this up to here and then make a progressive layer, what does all that mean? Let's set it up on ponytails first. Let's get them to cut it. Let's get them to explore it and see the shape. And then with this side, we get them to replicate these points of reference on here. I did it the opposite side because I wanted to show you how I would cut it in salon. And then with this side, this is I basically just wanted to copy it just to show you guys how similar they are. But for a learning technique, this side here will open your assistant's mind, your young new stylists' minds into understanding where hair travels and works from and to give these looks, these trends and everything like that. So that's why I wanted to bring you this video today, so you can see. But you can already see like the movement in here is a lot more fluid. I know it's wet, I'm gonna get it dry, than here, but they're gonna look very similar, but this side is gonna look so much better. Here we go guys, here's the finished result. This side, I've just literally wrap dried it, so it's a little bit sort of fluffy, but I just wanted to just make a point of this video, what we can achieve from a learning technique and then converting it to a salon technique. But you can see the difference. You can see how much more seamless sort of the right hand side is. There isn't any sort of lines or anything really softly cut all through there. Just all sort of melts into one another. And then if you look at the ponytail side, although it looks similar, you've got these sort of heavy chunky pieces that are sort of falling over the top. But from an education point of view, if we take that there, we've got that shape all around there. So a young hairdresser would know if we were to over direct all that hair to there and elevate to there, we're going to achieve a shorter fringe in the middle if we use that as our guide, and it's going to create this sort of bevel face framing shape around there. And then the back section, as long as we've got a guide and connect, these layers are all connected through here as they are through the back, this being the ponytail side. And then being like a salon technique, you can see it's just connected all the way through to the back seamlessly. So we've got that progressive layer from shorter to longer. You've got all that sort of shagginess. If we were to like explode all that texture in there, but it's really sort of melted in. Whereas if we look at the ponytail side, it's just a bit chunky. But that's what we'd expect. It would cut in one. And if I wanted to just blend this in a bit more, so I used my Alpha Italia straight blade scissors to do the whole cut. And now something that I'm still loving are these soft cuts. So I could just flick into those ends if I wanted to just soften off slightly, and then it just melts it together even more. So we're looking at sort of like quite hard lines. Turn that off. So the hard line through there, we could just flick out, drop that, flick out, drop that, and just create this real sort of seamless textured bangs area. And to put it to the test, let's use it on the ponytail side. So let's get that side out of the way. So this side, so you can see the ponytail because it's longer here, shorter in the front and longer there because that's where the ponytail was taken. So if we just flick that out there and then we start taking off that edge there to make a more sort of structured layer, drop that. This is that heavy chunky bit that's sitting over the top. Blending that through. Bring that up. Again, we need to take a bit more just off that front piece. Drop that out of the way. And then let's just be flicking out there. So there's just a longer piece in that middle. So we can use the soft cuts to softly remove that length that we don't want, and then melting it all together. Now it's not perfect, but you can see how they do it. They just melt it all in, whereas this side didn't really need it, but it just makes it look like so seamless when we do that. Gives us that little bit more of like a frayed edge, fringe area. This is why I really love the soft cuts and the Evos. The Evo scissors for putting in work like that, bevel shapes and everything are just incredible, putting in texture. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was just, I wanted to break it down to a bit more technical for you to understand why I've been doing ponytail haircuts. It's for like ponytail versus professional. And they're both professional, but one's a tool to learn from and another one is for salon floor sort of looks that you would do on your client. So I hope this has helped you see the difference, that you can get a much more seamless, much more seamless end result when you do it professionally and what's the word I'm looking for? Can't remember. But that result you can get from doing it as a salon professional is just so polished, and it gives you all that texture and just melts in, whereas the ponytail gives you an understanding of where hair falls and if you were to push it over there, what it would do if you cut it. So that is why I explored the ponytail haircuts, and I'll be bringing you more. I've got a lot more. When new trends come out, I'll break them down into a ponytail. But if you've enjoyed where I've done the comparison, let me know in the comments down below, because if you prefer me doing half head pony, half head professional, then I'll bring that to you more, because there's some, like, the comments are completely split. Some people are loving the ponytails, and that's the people who are doing it themselves. But hairdressers are also loving the ponytails because it's helping you understand where you're going wrong or where you could improve and that sort of thing. But then hairdressers are sort of hating me doing ponytails because they're like, what are you doing? So this is why I bought you this. So if you've enjoyed it, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much. Hit the thumbs up, comments, subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much.